So, good evening. See, we have so far discussed about the matrices and associated notions. In particular, if we look at the matrix, there are some special type of matrices, that is square matrices. We focus more on square matrices. And then, so row matrices, they are very important ones. So row vectors and here row of a matrix is known as a row vector. That is an m vector if we are considering m by n matrix. So it is known as a row vector. Yeah. And when we are dealing with the columns, it is known as column vector.
Sir,
Okay,
you're not
why
audible.
we need that one? I'm sorry, let me see. Okay. Hello, are you able to listen to me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello, can anyone respond?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right.
Not able to hear you, sir.
But some of from my end, I am able to. Hey, is the problem there for everyone? Please respond. Anyone able to listen to me?
Yes,
Am I
sir. Yes, sir.
audible?
Yes, sir, we can hear
Sir.
you. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So as I told you that I have uploaded 3 things in the classroom folder. One is about this PPT. This PPT is about linear algebra. Tomorrow, in fact, by tomorrow we are about to complete this linear algebra part according to my schedule. So this is our 3rd session. 4 sessions we have allotted for linear algebra component, and that this PPT is about all it has 23 slides. I uploaded that, and for some simple problems and concepts, this is linear algebra by Lipschitz. This is a very simple useful book for you. You just go through that one, that is the part of matrices, and again, if you look at that chapter, it is enough. I will discuss about at the end of this session. And see, there is another PDF document. If you look at that, in that one I have given almost just a minute. Yeah, right. So some objective questions on only linear algebra, they were collected from some gate material book. It's a standard book. So from that one I have collected these problems. It is almost a set of this problem set consists of I think almost 90 questions to the best of my knowledge. Yeah, I think this also I uploaded. Yeah, some blanks are there. Don't worry about that one. But it is yeah, more than 100 questions, and there is in fact I have uploaded the key also. So if you practice these things, I think it may be almost all the questions on related to linear algebra one can handle easily. Okay, and see here, when we talk about linear algebra part, what I have there in my mind is that you need to focus on matrices, means including rank, determinants, system of linear equations, eigenvalues and eigenvectors. They are the crucial components of this one. Again, matrices, that includes like the idea of transpose, inverse, particularly determinant, and system of linear equations, eigenvalues and eigenvectors. These are enough, okay, for great preparation. And those 100 questions includes, they are coming from these concepts. Okay. So keeping those questions in mind, I have prepared this PPT, and it is about first two slides are about the idea of matrix here, which we have already discussed. And see, focus more. See, you have, when you are dealing with the left hand side, we are about rectangular matrix. So you need to know what is row vector and what is column vector. So for example, if you have like a matrix here, say 2 minus 1 3 1 0 1, if you have this matrix, we have associated with this one, how many row vectors are there? The row vectors associated with this one are 2 minus 1 3. This is one row vector. You can put commas also, and without vector means commas. In physics they denote with commas. In maths only it's a row matrix, and you have 1 0 1. This is another row vector. If you want to associate some columns for this one, see for example, if we want to see about columns for the same matrix, so we have 2 1 minus 1 0, 2 1 minus 1 0, 2 1 is one column vector, minus 1 0 is another column vector, 3 1 is another column vector. So today we talk about eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So we should know what is vector, what we mean by vector. We are talking about vectors that are associated with a matrix. That's all. Beyond that, we are not going. In fact, our GATE syllabus is restricted to that part only. So, so we have a matrix here of say 2 by 3. So you can talk about, see, this size is 2 by 3. This size is 2 by 3. So when the size is 2 by 3, when the size is 2 by 3, for example, so this is 2 by 3. See, these two vectors are, I call them 3 vectors. That is 3 components it has in our discussion. In our coming discussion, I call them 3 vectors because it has 3 components. When it comes to column vectors, see here, there are 3 column vectors. So each of the column vectors has 2 components. So I call them 2 vectors. So associated with this matrix of size 2 by 3, we have 3 vectors and 2 vectors. That is the notion, because for our convenience, we are introducing that notion. And so that is about row matrices. And the other one is about square matrices. Slowly what we will do is that we will shift to square matrices only. More than 80% of these topics are focused on square matrices. So this is about the second slide. When it comes to the third one, you know about this one, because to deal with rank, in fact, that is the motive behind this one. 0 rows, non-zero rows, something called pivotal row. That is when we are looking at one particular row, when we are focusing on, suppose, say this row, I call it, and I want to perform some operation with respect to that, then I say it is a pivotal row. Okay, something like that you can imagine. So that is, sometimes we use that notion also, pivotal row. And the pivot means the leader of that row. So here the leftmost non-zero element here is 2. That is called pivot. We are focusing on the first row, and the leader of that is a non-zero row, and the leader is 2 there. It's a pivot. For a pivot is assumed to, pivot is known to be 0 only, always. Okay. So when you focus on the second row, if you are focusing, then it is called a pivotal row. So for that one, the pivot is 1. Like that, we follow that convention. Now, when we go to the next slide, this we have in detail discussed about this one. Whatever we want only we have discussed. You please focus on echelon matrix only for GATE purpose. We don't require the reduced echelon form, just like that, because this is useful for many other branches also. That's why I have included. Those who are in ECE can look into the second one. That's all. Very rarely the questions will come. So the third one, uh, towards finding rank, I already discussed about this one. Elementary row operations. There are three. They are fundamental ones. Please remember that one. They are fundamental ones. The first one is interchange. The other one is multiplication of a row A by a non-zero row, non-zero scalar, and adding a row to another row. That is very important. And when we are dealing with the computation, most of the time, we combine the second and third, and that is mentioned in the remark. One can combine multiplication and addition uh, operations to view as a single operation. That is this. And here also we talk about pivotal row. Why I am talking about pivotal row here is because, see here, yeah. So when we are talking about this operation, say, when we are talking about this operation, here Ri is there. So our pivotal row is, when we talk about pivotal rows, here ith row is the pivotal row. That is the meaning here. So that is, we want to use that row as the key one. And key, sorry, it is yeah, the key one is in fact J. I'm sorry. So here the key row, see what here we are talking is, we are talking about Ri plus Krj. If I write like this, what is the meaning is that the pivotal row is jth row. Please remember that this is the pivotal row. When we are jth row is the pivotal row. When we talk about pivot, we are dealing the matrices with elementary row operations. Then the idea of pivotal row and pivot will come. So that is one thing. So J is the, so ith row is replaced by Ri plus Krj. That is the one we have. Okay. Now, so this is about the next slide. Now row equivalent matrices, I told, just to, this is to say that the idea of rank is in fact built from many angles. In fact, you can use the idea of determinant to introduce the idea of rank. That is one way, and the other way is elementary row operations. So we prefer elementary row operations, rank in terms of elementary row operations. So therefore the idea of row equivalent matrices is introduced. That is, we have discussed in detail during our previous sessions, earlier sessions. And then system of linear equations. That is, you have not here about homogeneous equations. So when we are dealing with the homogeneous equations, again, this is very important because in eigenvalues and eigenvectors, we always deal with homogeneous systems only. So if you have something like, see here, yeah. So we have something like A is say 2, 1, 3, and this is say -1, 0, 1. Okay. Then your AX is equal to 0 if I am talking. Here Xi mean, that is, see, here Xi mean it is X, Y, Z. That is the meaning here. Capital X means. So the right hand side is 0, 0. So our this 0, the 0 we are talking about here is the 0 here we are talking about is related to here, and this X is here, and anyway this A is clearly mentioned here. So this is a homogeneous system. Now for when you are dealing with homogeneous systems, you need not look at augmented matrix, you just look at the quotient matrix, that is A. Okay. So here this A is enough. One can find rank and see here in this one the number of equations is 2 and the number of variables is 3. So how can we talk about our homogeneous system is always consistent. The rank here for this matrix is 2, you can verify. So the rank of this matrix is less than the number of variables, so it admits to a non-trivial solution. That is what we the conclusion here. Okay, so we most of the time in eigenvalues and eigenvectors we are talking about, we deal with homogeneous systems only, and for that is enough. And then non-homogeneous systems, I have given good number of problems in GATE are coming from non-homogeneous systems. So you need to deal with like augmented matrix and find its rank. So good number of problems you can see. And then operations associated with matrices, that is quick view in fact, you have addition, multiplication, and multiplication means by a scalar and multiplication of two matrices you can talk about. This every one of you know. Here polynomials of matrices, what I mean by is most of the time when I am talking about polynomials of matrices, our discussion restricts to square matrices only. Please remember that one. We are not dealing with rectangular matrices. So whenever I am talking about polynomial in matrices, if I say, see why when we are writing like this, polynomial in X, that we know in schools. So polynomial in X means x square minus 1 is a polynomial in X. So here, because this polynomial in matrices now will come in again in eigenvalues and eigenvectors. That is why I took this topic now. So it is x square minus 1. Usually when a polynomial is given, this is algebraic polynomial, what I say. So what we will do, we try to evaluate the polynomial. That is, you give x is equal to say minus 1 value. If you give a name to this one as f of x, then what is f of minus 1? When you can see minus 1 square plus minus 1 yields 0. That is the algebraic polynomials. That is in X, a real variable, what we call. But if you want to talk about polynomials in matrices, how can we see same thing? X square minus 1. I consider here polynomial in A, say matrix A. A can be any matrix. So A square minus 1 is a polynomial. Here when I say 1, here when I say this is a polynomial in A, first you need to tell, I told you this is a square matrix. I told you this is a square matrix. So A is always a square matrix. So the meaning is that you need to tell what is its order. So if we restrict our A, say for example of order 2. So I write like this, A is a 2 by 2 matrix. So A can be 1, 0, 0 minus 1, or 1, 1, 0, 1. Like this, you can give any value for that one. Then what is the meaning of A square minus 1? That we need to see. We are claiming that this is a polynomial in A. So see, when it is a square matrix, you can talk about A square, A cube, any power of A. So here A square minus 1, I mean A square minus I. See, A square is a 2 by 2 matrix. Minus 1, you cannot think about. This 1 means 1 into identity matrix, the meaning here. Identity matrix of 2 by 2 size. So if our choice for A is this 1, 0, 0 minus 1, then our A square minus 1, then our A square minus 1 looks like, see, our A square minus 1 is equal to what you need to write? 1, 0, 0 minus 1. We have taken this as our A. and 1 into identity matrix 1 0 0 1. So this is we can easily say that 1 again 1 0 0 1. So it is 0 0. I think right. This is 0. This is 1 minus 1 0 0 1. See here, the multiplication we are performing is scalar multiplication. You look here, this is scalar multiplication, 1 into that. This is A into A. This is you are multiplying a matrix by another matrix. And so the resultant is 0 0 0. Right? So this is what I mean by polynomials. So if I say, if we think about another polynomial in A, this I can talk about A square minus 2i. When then you see A square, if you take A as same matrix as before, then your A square minus 2i becomes, okay, so you have minus 1 0 0 minus 1, you can see, because in the above example A square minus 1 I talk with now. A square is 1 0 0 1 and A square minus 2i means what? A square minus 2i here is, this is A square is this, minus 2i means you have 2 0 0 2. So as a result you are getting minus 1 0 0 minus 1. This is the main. Okay, fine. So we are getting a matrix here. So usually what happens is that with our choice of this as A, what is our choice? Our choice for A is this. Then if we evaluate A square minus 1, we are getting a 0 matrix. So usually what happens is that while writing, I write like this. So here this 0 means, this 0 matrix. This 1 means 1 into I. And of course, A square we have calculated this. So this is very important one, because we are going to discuss about eigenvalues and eigenvectors. That polynomial evaluation is important. Then transpose of a matrix, conjugate of a matrix, conjugate transpose, of course not necessary. ECE people can just look if in the material if the questions are, then I think they are not there. So I am not discussing about conjugate and conjugate transpose. Then see, when we are dealing with square matrices, you talk about trace, that's a number, determinant, that is a number. To talk about determinants, we have something like in our schools, minors and cofactors, which are represented by capital M subscript ij and cij of a matrix capital A are introduced. Then the idea of adjoint of a matrix, that is cofactor matrix, will come, and transpose of cofactor matrix is adjoint matrix. Then we introduce the idea of invertible matrix. Inverse is adjoint by det A, that is the first method of computing inverse of A, which we are exposed to. Then you are see similar matrices, that is very important one, because here invertibility came into picture. Here it is all about square matrices. When can we see and A and B are similar? There are this. Then if there is a non-singular matrix P, non-singular means invertible. P inverse into AP is B, then A and B are similar. That is the definition. And diagonalizable means if a matrix A is diagonalizable, if A is similar to a diagonal matrix. See how I defined similar matrices here. You have a matrix A. You have another matrix B. Okay, we have two matrices here. When we have two matrices, suppose this is say 2 by 2. This is also 2 by 2. And you need to find P, a matrix such that P is AP. We are not sure, okay, whether that such a matrix is there. Suppose if there, then we say that A and B are similar. So if B is diagonal, if B is diagonal, okay, then we say that A is diagonalizable. This is enough for our discussion. This is enough for our discussion. So that is the idea of diagonalizable matrix. So how we find P is the question, that is we can get by eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay, right. Next, symmetric matrix, orthogonal matrix, A into A transpose is identity. This is also very important in the context of when we are discussing about eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So then normal matrix, of course, we need not worry much about that one. That is just for definition's case sake I have given. Some properties involving rank, which I have already discussed. And see, this is matrix operations with regard to addition and scalar multiplication. A plus B is B plus A, etc., etc. All these things you know. Just for a quick view, I have shared this slide with you. Then matrix multiplication and transpose. See, AB is not BA. That is a very important one. That is the only thing you need. 2 and 3 you don't require much about that one. And then see if A transpose is A plus B whole transpose is this, and all those things important ones I have shared here, just like formulas, because we have to use them to order those, to answer those question bank I have questions in the question banks I have shared. The 2 by 2 matrix determinant every one of you know, and see Ax is equal to B. When X is A is invertible, then you can write X is equal to A inverse B. Don't think that A is always invertible when we are dealing with non-homogeneous systems. Okay. Then you have inverse and transpose of a matrix. Some properties involving that A inverse is A, AB inverse is B inverse A inverse, A transpose inverse is A inverse transpose. See there. That's very important property. And then properties of determinants. I have some important properties I have discussed here. Whatever we require for gate only I have collected, and there are 3 slides I think for see determinant of A inverse is 1 by det A. That is one thing. A for example, if you look at this, I mean, yeah. So if you look at this one, what it says, determinant of A and A transpose are one and same. And if you look at this one, AB whole determinant is determinant of A into determinant of B. These 3 properties we may use in computation. Okay, and then you have, if 2 rows, there is a row 0 row in A, then determinant of A is 0. And if there are 2 identical rows, determinant of A is 0. And if you have all simple properties I have mentioned here about similar matrices have same determinant, because we have talked about similar matrices here. That is very important concept. So similar matrices I have talked about similar matrices here. That is 6th point and 7th point. By keeping 6th and 7th points, A and B, if they are similar, we have the same determinant. That is what we have told. We are telling. Okay. Then row operation. See this. If you look at the 4th part here, B is obtained from A by elementary row operation. There is a printing error here. By an elementary row, A by B is obtained from A by an elementary row operation. That is why what I mean by elementary row operation. Then if 2 rows were interchanged, then determinant of B is minus of determinant of A, etc. These are very simple properties which you have seen in your intermediate itself. Okay, during +2 standard. Yeah, and see, these are just guys. Now I am coming to some properties involving eigenvalues and eigenvectors. These 3 slides today we will discuss. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I think 2 slides only we can discuss. Third, we have to go for the next session. Okay. So see now here the first point is let A denotes the matrix formed by taking any m number of n vectors, okay, as rows. Then if row A is m less than m, row A means rank of A is less than m, then these vectors are linearly dependent. If row A is equal to m, then these vectors are linearly independent. You just don't worry about linearly dependently and linearly independent. I will simply explain here what did they mean by that. Okay. Great. So now see, I am giving a simple matrix A is equal to, say, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0, 1 minus 1, say 1 minus 1, I'll say 1. Then you have 3, 0, 1. If I take these things, this is a square matrix. Now see how many, I'm talking about rows. Okay. So you may be asked to find whether, suppose 2, 1, see a vector can be written as a row or a column, I already told. So you may be asked to find whether these column vectors are linearly independent or linearly. If they are not linearly independent, they are linearly dependent. That is the meaning. So what you need to do is that these are called column vectors. You just, if they are column vectors, you take the associated rows. So this is 2, 1, 0, a row you formed with this one. Similarly for this one, 1 minus 1, another row. 3, 0, 1, another row. Now you have A. Here, whenever we are talking about, for any matrix, we perform only row operations. That we are fixing. We don't perform column operations. So, if you take this A and if you find rank of this matrix, see, it is easily seen that, okay, it can be easily seen that if you consider this matrix, please try to find the rank of this matrix. Can anyone respond for the what you will get? See, if you find this rank, if you treat this as the associated matrix for these three vectors, the rank is can easily found to be equal to 2. You can see that. So how many vectors they have given? They have given 3 vectors, but the rank, what is after giving these vectors, we have formed a matrix whose rows are the components of this given vectors 2, 1, 0, like that. Then find rank of A. Use only elementary row operations. The rank is found to be 2. So this 2 is less than the number of vectors here, number of vectors. So when it is less than the number of vectors, these how many? What is the number of vectors given? 3. So rank 2 is less than 3. Therefore, these 3 vectors are linearly dependent. If it is equal to 3, then they are independent. That is what here I have mentioned. This is very, very, very important. I mean property. So let A denotes the matrix formed by taking any m number of vectors there. Here our m is 3. There are 3 vectors. Okay. By taking any m number of n vectors. N vectors means here what is n? Each vector has 3 components. So therefore 3 vectors. We have 3 vectors here. We have 3 vectors. 3 hyphen vectors mean 3 components. Then we are forming a matrix. Okay. So A denotes the matrix formed by taking any m number of n vectors as rows. Then rank of A is less than m. It is 2 is less than 3 in that case. Then these vectors are linearly dependent. If it is equal to m, they are independent. For example, if you want another example here, I will suggest you the vectors under consideration. The vectors under consideration are, say, for example, x1 is 1, 3, x2 is, say, 0, 3. Are they independent? If that is a question. Then what is the matrix we are forming here? Our matrix A is, you take this x1 as row 1, 3, x2 as 0, 3. How many vectors is that? Is m. M is equal to 2. These vectors are 2 vectors. These two components, each vector has 2 components. Now look at this rank. Rank of this matrix is, you need not perform any elementary operations straightway, is already in echelon form, the rank is 2. Therefore, these two vectors are linearly independent. That is what we have. Okay. Now I will give another example. We go for another example. See here. Suppose A, okay, we don't write A first. Let me write x1. X1 is, say, 3, 1, 2. X2 is, say, 6, 4, 6 to 4. Right? Then are they independent? How many vectors are given? There are 2 vectors here. Each vector, both x1 and x2 has 3 components. So we, according to our notion, we say 3 vectors there, 3 components. Now we want to check whether they are independent or linearly dependent. So simply form the matrix. 3, 1, 2 is the first row. 3, 1, 2 is the first row. Then 3, 1, 2 is the first row. Okay. Then what is the second row? 6, 2, 4. 6, 2, 4 is the second row. 6, 2, 4. So this is the associated matrix I am saying with for the given 2 vectors. Now find its rank. See here, R2 minus 2R1. R2 minus 2R1 yields there is no change in the first row, the second row is becoming 0. So what is the rank of A? Therefore, rank of A is 1, which is less than the number of vectors, that is 2. Therefore, the given 2 vectors are linearly dependent. Therefore, the given vectors are linearly dependent. These 2 vectors are linearly dependent. So that is the first one. Then what is eigenvalue? Eigenvectors is simple idea in see. To talk about value and eigenvalue, there is a simple way of looking at that one. So what they are saying is that, suppose I am giving a matrix here. See here. Simplicity's sake, I am taking it here. We are dealing with only square matrices. So I'm giving 2, 1, 0, -1. This is my matrix. What is eigenvalues and eigenvectors? See here, yeah. See with A, I want to multiply a vector first. With A, I want to multiply a vector. Okay, what is that? Vector means usually column vector, AX. So to talk about that, you have 2, 1, 0, -1. X is a column vector means what? You have X, Y, only two components you can talk. And then see what it should be equal to. We are expecting X is a vector, we are saying column vector, that is. It should be equal to, there is something, that is some scalar X, Y, some lambda into XY. See what is the meaning of this? A is some process. A is some process. We can view A as the name of a process. When you give to that A input as X, it is delivering an output that is lambda into XY. Okay, again a two vector is coming. So this is our input. After multiplying that, see, so what is happening here? Here, there is a process here. This is the process. Input is X. It is a two vector. It is a two vector. Process, it is delivering an output. That output is A into X. A is fixed, please. A is fixed. X. It is also again a two vector. It is also again a two vector. Good. Now, for example, see here, my A is 2, 1, 0, -1, 2, 1, 0, -1. So 2, 1, 0, -1. If for this, if we give output as, say X and Y as 1, 1. What is the output here? Input is 1, 1. Output is, so 2, 1. So it is 3. Sorry. Yeah. And this is -1. Right. Now the question is, this is input, this is output. Is there a relation between input and output? There is no relation here. On the other hand, if we take, see here, another vector, I am giving another vector for the same thing. So what can I do? Right. So 0, that is -3. Good. Okay. So if I give the other vector as 0, input vector 0, then 0, that is -3. Okay, the other vector is, no, just a minute. We need to create a problem, an example here. Okay, good. -2 is 0. Okay, just rough work I'm doing here. So I have 0 here. Here it is 1. Here 0 minus 3. Okay. XY 0. If I take, right, good. 0, 0. Then what is happening? The rank is 1. Good. Y 0 and next is anything. Good. Oh, done. Right. So our choice now for input is say 3 0. Then what is AX? 2, what is it? 2 1 0 minus 1. 2 1 0 minus 1. So you have 2 1 0 minus 1 into the input is 3 0. What it is giving? You have 6. Okay. Right. And then you have 0. Right. Now see, what is input? This is our input. This is our output. But there is a relation between input and output. The output is twice input. The output is twice input. So 60 is, what I mean to say is that 60 is output, that is 60. 60 is 2 into 30. That we have realized. So this 2 becomes an eigenvalue. And this 30 becomes an eigenvector for the process. So what it says is that an input is getting transformed to output. When it is getting transformed to output, the magnitude is increasing. There is no change in the direction. That's what we are saying. See, 30 and 06 are in the same direction, but their magnitude is different. So it is direction preserving thing. Okay. So here you cannot find such a relationship. Here you cannot find such a relationship between these two. One cannot write 3 minus 1 as a scalar multiple of 1 1. That is the thing. So it is so 1 1 is not an eigenvector. So to check 1 1, what to do? We just simply, if you are asked to find among the following 4 alternatives, what are the eigenvectors for the matrix 0 minus 1? What are eigenvectors for 0 minus 1? So if I ask them, see, if I am asking a question like that, what are the alternatives I am giving here? The alternatives are, see, first one is 5 0. Is it an eigenvector? I am asking. 5 minus 5. Is it an 5 minus 1? Is it an eigenvector? I am asking. And one more also I will give. See. So if we take, that's good. 3 1. Good. So another vector is, okay. 3 1. Okay. 1. Okay. Another one is 1. This is 3. Minus 1 by 3. Okay, let me see this. Among these 3 things, what are the eigenvectors of? Among these 3 things, find which of these 3 things are eigenvectors, if that is the question. You can check here. You can check here. You can check here. 2 1 0 minus 1. So I will check. 2 1 0 minus 1. We are multiplying by second choice. Our second choice here is 5 minus 1. See, in your engineering, when we are teaching, we have told you a method. You did not apply that method, in fact. Simply multiply it. So you have the first one is 10. 10 minus 1, that is 9 you are getting here. So the second one is 1. can you write this as a scalar multiple of that? See, you cannot write. So this is second one is not an eigenvector. Second one is not an eigenvector. Second one is not an eigenvector. This is not, sorry, this is not an eigenvector. I will check whether this is an eigenvector. See, this is an eigenvector. We will check. Okay, 1 minus 1 by 3. 1 minus 1 by 3. Okay, 1 minus 1 by 3. So here 1 minus 1 by 3. Here 2, 1, 0 minus 1. If you multiply that, so what we are getting here? 2 minus something went wrong, I think. 3, that is. Good. So this is right. So 2 minus 1 by 3. 2 minus 1 by 3 is 2 minus 1 by 3. 6 minus 1. So it is 5 by 3. Good. And then here the other one is 1 by 3. The other one is 1 by 3. Is it right? 2 minus 1 by 3. Sorry. 2 minus 1 by 3. When we multiply that, what is 2 minus 1 by 3? 6. Oh, that is 5 by 3, right? 5 by 3. And you have here 1 by 3. So this is coming as 1 by 3 into 5, 1. Again, you cannot write this as one cannot write this as a scalar multiple of this. See, this you cannot write as a scalar multiple of this. So the second one is also not an eigenvector. Similarly, you can try for the third one. The third one becomes an eigenvector. This becomes an eigenvector. This becomes an eigenvector. Okay. So just a minute. 2. Yes, that is 3. X plus y. They have chosen as right. The first one becomes that. Okay. You take another thing here. Yes, good. So another vector I am giving. Here 1 you take. Here you take. Okay. Minus 1 by 3. Yeah, we'll see that. What will happen? Minus 1 by 3, 1. Okay, I'll think about this now. We'll do this. If I take two, 1, 0 minus 1, minus 1 by 3. Okay, so that becomes minus 2 by 3 plus 1. Minus 2 by 3 plus 1 when we multiply. This is becoming 0 minus 1. Good. Okay. Minus, just minus 2 plus 1. So I have to carefully write, right? So this is equal to. So I have 3 minus 2. I'm getting 1 by 3 minus 1. See here, 1 by 3 minus 1. This is nothing but, now the question is, Can this be a scalar multiple of this? Yeah, it is easy to see that minus 1 into minus 1 by 3, 1. Same object is coming here. So that is an eigenvector and minus 1 is an eigenvalue. Minus 1 is an eigenvalue. So what is, in essence, we are saying, if you are able to, given a matrix A, if you are able to find an x and a lambda such that Ax is equal to lambda x, then we say lambda is an eigenvalue and x is eigenvector for that lambda. That is what we are saying. So that is the definition here. Next, eigenvectors of a matrix A cannot correspond to more than one eigenvalue of A. Here what we have observed in this example, we have here observed that for this given matrix A, there are two eigenvalues we have seen. What are the two eigenvalues here? The two eigenvalues here are one is 2 and other is minus 1. See, why I have chosen this one is that there is a rule here. You look at all the properties. See, you have the set here. Effectively, you have to use. If you go to the next slide, yeah, I think next slide. Eigenvalues of a triangular matrix are its principal diagonal elements. Last rule I am applying here. So, what are the principal diagonal elements here? The principal diagonal elements are these two. So, you need not do any calculation. This is a triangular matrix. So, the eigenvalues are 2 and minus 1. We have seen. So, this third result says is that if you have, see, so you have lambda here for the given matrix, you have 2 as eigenvalue minus 1. For this 2, you have some eigenvectors, and for this minus 1, you have some eigenvectors. What is that third result? The third result here is eigenvalues of a matrix A cannot correspond to more than one eigenvalue. Eigenvector of a matrix A cannot correspond to more than one eigenvalue of A. It says that if you have an eigenvector here, you have an eigenvector, you do not have anything common between these two eigenvectors. That is what it says. So it's a property. Okay. Likewise, characteristic equation A minus lambda I is equal to 0 is called characteristic equation. That is very important. And every matrix satisfies characteristic equation, that is called Cayley-Hamilton theorem. And the vectors corresponding to distinct eigenvalues of a linear or linearly independent. I will demonstrate these two things. Okay, good. We are now considering the same matrix. Okay, we are considering the same matrix 2, 1, 0, minus 1. How to compute eigenvalues, I will just tell you. 2, 1, 0. Our A is 2, 1, 0, minus 1. Then something called characteristic equation. Characteristic equation. How we are representing eigenvalue? Eigenvalue by lambda, eigenvector by x. This is eigenvalue. Eigenvalue by lambda, eigenvector by x. So characteristic equation I am writing here. Characteristic equation we mean A minus lambda I determinant is equal to 0. That is characteristic equation. Okay, so we compute this determinant. How I can compute this? A is 2, 1, 0, minus 1. This is, and lambda we have to compute. Naturally, this is 2 by 2 identity matrix. Must be equal to 0. That is what we are saying. So, yeah, right. Now, further evaluation yields, it is easy here. 2 minus lambda. Okay, what is the, okay, you want one more step? If I want, I will tell you. 2, 1, 0, minus 1 you have, minus lambda 0, 0 lambda is equal to 0. That is a number. Determinant is a number. Now see, that is 0.
He's also taking that age. Okay, I understood that. Okay, his problem is we do not talk anything negative like not appreciate. He said this guy wants only official language. I will talk in official language. I will be like normal. Okay, then I thought by either I prefer to try only when
Yeah, this is what we are getting. See here, characteristic equation. Sorry, this is 0. Determinant only. Right. So if we directly we can get the solution here as okay. So directly we can get this here as lambda is minus 1, lambda is 2. Actually, I told you they are the diagonal elements of that one, triangular matrix given one. So now to find eigenvectors, we have learned that you have to look into this equation. A minus lambda into x is equal to 0. That you have to see. This is set of equations. So what is A minus set of equations if you are taking? If you are taking 2 minus lambda 1 0 minus 1 minus lambda xy is equal to 0 0. That we have to solve. So what are the choices for lambda? What are the choices for lambda? So if you take see there are two choices here. Lambda is 2 is one choice. For that one, how the system looks like? 0, 1, 0, minus 3. Xy is equal to 0. So there are, see, you have y is equal to 0. That is the only equation you have. If you multiply here, if we multiply here, we are getting y is equal to 0. How about x? X can be anything. That is what we are saying. So any eigenvector is, any eigenvector here is xy is equal to k 0. These are a, you take any value for k, that becomes eigenvector, what it says. Similarly, for the other, we have calculated here for lambda is equal to 2. Now we need to calculate for what are the other eigenvalues here. The other eigenvalue is -1. If you take -1, see this equation becomes, in place of lambda, if you put -1 here, in place of lambda, if you put -1 here, here you are putting -1, here you are putting -1. Then 2 minus of -1 is 3. 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 0, 3, 1, 0, 0. Right, 3, 1, 0, 0. So, right, this is what we are getting. Now, you need to find x, y's. So, here I can write 3x is equal to -y. You give some value to y. See, ultimately what we need to find, what is x and y. You can simply take y as y, and then your x becomes minus, see here, from here x becomes -1/3 into y. -1/3 into y. So, this I can write as, that's all. And this is what I have given here, -1/3 1, from where, see here, while formulating this problem, this process, entire process is, you need not do actually. That's what I told here. -1/3, yeah, this here I have given -1/3 1. How? I just manipulated and I have given there. So that becomes an eigenvector. Okay. So like this, you have, we can compute how both eigenvalues and eigenvectors. And what he says is that in the next property, you do not have different eigenvalues. Yeah, for different eigenvalues, you do not have a common eigenvector except 0, 0.
Hello, sir. Sir, you have stopped presenting.